Hey, it's guys, I'm doing a Archfiend deck profile. So for anybody that's new to my channel that hasn't seen Archfiends before, you guys will probably want to watch the beginning of this video where I explain the monsters and everything. But for any of the long-time subscribers, you guys can go ahead and skip to where my spells are. So yeah. So 3 Infernal Queen. So each of the Archfiends has an effect where you pay the life if you don't control Pandemonium, and then they also have another. They all have another effect where if they're targeted, then you roll a dice. If it lands on the number listed on the card, then it negates and destroys that target. So yeah, and then Infernal Queen has another effect where during time phase, you can target another Archfiend on the field and it gains stun attack. So then you can target itself or another Archfiend. So yeah. So and then 3 Desric. He goes with Terra King Archfiend. So basically when Terra King's destroyed, you can discard Desric and then special summon out Terra King. So it really helps with reborn Terra King and being able to use him for battle phase effects. So and Terra King, when he destroys a monster by battle, it negates the monster's effect. So let's say you run over like a Burning Abyss or some random monster like a flip effect, or like I said, just a random monster, and it tries to activate its effect. If you destroy a Terra King, then it can't. So yeah, it's really good. And then Shadow Knight, when he inflicts damage to your opponent, the damage is half. So or his attack is 2,000. So your opponent would only take 1,000 damage. So yeah. And then 2 Archfiend General. So you discard Archfiend General to search for Pandemonium, so that way you don't have to run Terraforming. So yeah, it's really good. And then Archfiend Harris. So if this card's destroyed or sent to the grave either by a card effect or destroyed by battle or destroyed by battle, you can add 1 Archfiend card from your deck to your hand. So you can add the new Archfiend field spell, which is Pile Labyrinth. I do not run that in this build. I probably should, but I do not. So, but this card's really quite good. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for the Archfiend cards I run. So yeah, and then now for spells. 2 Pandemonium. Now I'm sure you are probably thinking like, why only 2? Shouldn't you be running 3 since you're relying on it? Yes, you are relying on it, but no, you should not run 3 of it. When I played back at 3, it was just more of a dead draw to me than anything at 3. 2 is more of the perfect number. So yeah. Because I'd always just open up like with 1 or 2 Pandemonium and not really much else, and it's just kind of dead card to me. So yeah. So 3 Duality, just help get to what you need. Along with 3 card demise. Just really quite good in this deck, since you really only know someone, and you don't really go to your extra too much unless you really have to. So yeah. So. And then 3 Falling Down. Just basically a snatch steal. You take your punch monster, and then during your punch standby phase, you lose 800 life points. So yeah. And then Double Twin Twister. Just help get rid of back row, Mystic Mind stuff. So yeah. And then 2 Mirror Shield. Really good. Just to help get over stuff. So yeah. And then the tech card that I actually use in this deck because of card demise, 2 Mage Power. Now this is something that I personally thought of. There's not really many builds of the old Archfiends that people actually run. So yeah, and more of the builds are the Red Dragon Archfiend. So yeah, so. But Mage Power is really good because you run a lot of back row that you can actually use, and so Mage Power use the monster that you target gains fire attack for each spell trap that you set, so or in your back row. So it's really quite good, and yeah, it's just my own personal tech. So Monster Reborn. So yeah, just really quite good there to reborn a Archfiend. So yeah. And then for the trap lineup, so 3 Judgment of Anubis. I know it's kind of hard to see. There we go. You can either run this or Dark Bribe. It's your personal preference. I just threw in Judgment of Anubis just because my opponent kept drawing cards, and sometimes it'd be okay, and sometimes they'd just bite me in the butt. So yeah, so Judgment of Anubis only negates spells that destroy your back row. So like Twin Twister would negate MST, Galaxy Cyclone, all of that. So yeah, I know Dark Bribe's probably a lot more better because it negates evenly and all that stuff, but I haven't really ran into evenly match versus my deck too much, so not really much of an issue for me. And then 3 Crackdown. So this is the stupidity of this deck. Having 6 Snatch Steals in this deck is dumb. Because like I said, falling down Snatch Steals your opponent's monster, and then so is Crackdown. So, but the difference is that falling down, you can attack with your opponent's monster. Crackdown, you cannot. So you still take it, but you cannot attack with it. So that's the difference between the 2 cards. But it's still really quite dumb. So yeah. Which is why I've decided to remake this deck because it's just really quite busted. So, and then 3 Lost Wind. It's just a special summon heavy format with Orcus being in everything. And so yeah, it's just really quite good. And then 1 Arching Drawer. You pay 500 luck points. Special an Arching from your grave, and then it dies during end phase. So, your main play that you can do with that is you can bring back your Harris, and then whenever it dies, you get a search. So it's not bad. I mean, it's a play that you can do. So yeah. And then 1 Skill Drain. Now a lot of people will probably question why Skill Drain in here. Well, you don't really need your effects too much. This more hurts your opponent than you. So yeah. So that's basically why that's in there. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. It's 41, I believe. So if I did that correctly. Sorry for the phone call there. Here. Hang on just a second. Alright, sorry about that. Yeah, I hate whenever that happens, so anyways. So 2 Master King Arching. So his effect is actually really long. So I'm gonna see what that can, yeah, there we go. So there's his effect. So whenever something's like supposed to summon to his zone, then you can either you have to roll a dice, and you can either add it to hand, or shuffle it back into a deck, or special summon it, depending on the number that you land on. So yeah, it's actually not bad. So yeah, and then 3 underclock. This guy, Proxy Dragon, Security Dragon, and then Cerberus. Now I'm sure you guys are probably wondering, like, why do you run these? They don't really do anything. Well, they're targets for me for the falling downs and the crackdowns, so that I can go into something if I need to. So, yeah, my friend actually had suggested that, and it was like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea in case if I need to go into something, I can. So yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Archfiend deck file. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for duels with this deck, which we get in tomorrow's video. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in tomorrow's video, I guess.